Hi everybody, Mr. Saunders here again. Really looking forward to working with you again in lesson number 5 of our maths lessons together. So let's get on with our learning for today. So first of all, what are we going to need for today's lesson? As usual, we're going to need something to write with, so a pen or a pencil or something that we can write with, something to write on, so paper or a book or a whiteboard. And today we're going to need some counters. Or something that you can use instead of counters, so something like pebbles, buttons, coins, anything that you've got around the house. So pause the video here and go and get all of those things and then come back and we can start our learning together. Fantastic. So today, what are we learning about today? Today we are learning to identify, represent and estimate numbers using different representations. Now, what does that mean? So far when we've looked at hundreds, tens and ones, we've been using deans, haven't we? Hundreds, tens and ones. But today we're going to look at a different way that we can represent 3-digit numbers. So what language are we going to need? We're going to need the language 3-digit number, definitely. We're going to need to use hundreds, tens and ones. Place value grid, which we've used before, and today we're going to look at using place value counters, which is a little bit different, but we can still represent 3-digit numbers using place value counters. So let's recap what we've done already. I want you to look at my hundreds, tens and ones in deans here and tell me what number have I made. How many hundreds has this number got? How many tens has this number got? How many ones has this number got? And what number does that make? Have a look. I can see that I've got 3 hundreds. I can see I've got 5 tens, and I can see 7 ones. So what number have I made? Let's have a look. Fantastic. I've made the number 357. How many hundreds in my number? 3. Fantastic. How many tens? 5. Excellent. And how many ones? 7 ones. Fantastic. Oh, what is 3 lots of 100? What's if I count in hundreds 3 times? 100, 200, 300. So the 300 equals 300. 5 tens? 5 lots of 10? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Well done. And 7 ones is just 7, isn't it? Fantastic. So this is what we've already done. But today we're going to look at representing these 3-digit numbers in different ways. So we can also use place value counters to represent 3-digit numbers. So here I've got a counter that represents hundreds, the green one. I've got a counter that represents tens, the red one. And I've got a counter that represents ones, which is the blue one. You can see what number they represent by the number that's written on them. It doesn't matter what colour they are. I've just chosen green, red and blue. So as you can see here, the 100 counter represents my hundreds in deans. The tens counter represents my tens in deans. And my ones counter represents my ones in deans. So it just represents the same number. It's just looking a little bit different. So let's see if we can represent some 3-digit numbers using these new place value counters. So here we go. I've chosen the number 357. You've just told me it's got 3 hundreds, 5 tens and 7 ones, and I've made my number again in this place value grid, but I'm going to show you now how we can make it out of place value counters instead. So I know I've got 300, so I'm going to need 300 counters. 100, 200, 300s. You can see that I've got three counters in my hundreds because my number has 3 hundreds. How many tens counters do you think I'm going to need then? Yeah, I'd need 5 because there's a 5 in my tens column. There's 5 tens in this number. There we go. And how many ones counters? 7. Fantastic, because there's 7 ones. So can you see it's exactly the same as using our deans, but this time we're using counters that represent different amounts, hundreds, tens and ones. So here we go then. I'm going to have another go. I've got the number 514. How many hundreds counters do you think I'm going to need in 514? Have a look. How many hundreds counters do you think I'm going to need? That's right, I'm going to need 5 because in 514 there are 5 hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counters, 5 hundreds. How many tens then? This is my tens column. How many tens am I going to need? Fantastic, 1, because there's a 1 in my tens column. In 514 there is 1 10. Now, how many ones then? Have a look. This is my ones column. Fantastic. I'm going to need 4 because there are 4 ones in 514. So here we go. This is 514 represented in hundreds, tens, and one, but using place value counters. Okay, your turn now then. So on your piece of paper, draw a grid, a place value grid of hundreds, tens, and ones. And then using the things that you have around you that you've picked, maybe it might be counters or coins or pebbles or whatever you've got, see if you can make the number 253. So how many counters are you going to need to put in the hundreds column? How many counters are you going to need to put in the tens column? And how many counters are you going to put in the ones column? If you need to, pause the video now so you can draw your grid and then have a go at making the number 253. Well done, fantastic. Let's have a go at doing this together then. So I'm going to have a look at my number, and I know 253 has got 2 hundreds, has got 5 tens, and has got 3 ones. So here's my number. There we go. I've got 2 hundreds, 5 tens, and 3 ones. Excellent, well done. Let's have a go at another number then. So take all of those counters off, and now we're going to have a go at the number 174. So how many counters am I going to need to put in my hundreds column? How many counters in my tens column? And how many counters in my ones column? Have a go now, pause the video now and have a go at that one. Fantastic, well done. Let's have a go at this one then. So I know in 174, I've got 100, I've got 7 tens, and I've got 4 ones. So here we go, there we go. 100, 7 tens, and 4 ones. Well done. Now, so switch it around now. I've made some numbers out of place value counters, and I want you to tell me what number I have made. So here's the first one. So let's have a look. How many hundreds counters have I got? How many tens counters have I got? And how many ones counters have I got in my ones column? Oh, call out what number you think I have made. Well done. I have made the number 413 because I've got 4 hundreds, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 1 10, 1, and I've got 3 ones, 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Let's have a go at this one then. What number have I made here? How many counters in my hundreds column? How many counters in my tens column? How many counters in my ones column? Call out what number? Fantastic. Well done. I have made the number 341. 3 hundreds, 4 tens, and 1 1. Well done. Excellent. Now, with place value counters, if we have numbers on the counters, we don't need to use a place value grid. So if we've got counters that have got 100, 10, and 1 on it, we don't need to use a place value grid because we know the value of those counters. So for example, this number here, I haven't used a place value grid here, but I don't need to because I can see that my hundreds, I've only got 2 hundreds because I've only got 2 counters that the value of those counters are 100, 100, 200. I've only got 2 tens because I've only got 2 counters that represent 10. And I've only got 3 ones because I've only got 3 counters that represent 1. So this number would be 223. Can you see? Because I haven't used a place value grid, but my counters have got the number that they represent on them. So I've mixed up some numbers here. I want you to see if you can tell me what number I have made. So here it is. I've mixed them all up. But look, how many hundreds have I got? How many counters have I got that represent 100? How many counters have I got that represent tens? And how many counters have I got that represent ones? And what number do they make all together? Have a look. I can see I've got 100. How many tens? 1, 2, I've got 4 tens. And it looks like I've got 5 ones. So 100, 4 tens, 5 ones. What number is that? Call it out. Well done, 145. Excellent job. Let's have a look at this one then. Okay, so how many hundreds? How many tens? And how many ones counters have I got? And what number does that make all together? Well done. I've got 300s. 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 10s. 1, 2, 3. And I've got 1 1. So my number is 331. Fantastic. Last one then. Okay. Tried to catch you out on this one. Have a look. How many hundreds? How many tens? How many ones? Oh, I've got quite a few hundreds on this one, haven't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 600s. I haven't got any tens. And I've got only 1 1. So what number would that make? Fantastic. It make the number 601. Because when I don't have any tens, or I don't have any ones, I need to put a 0 because I haven't got any. So I've got 600s, no tens, and 1 1. Well done, everybody. So this is activity number 1 today. And I have got you some 3-digit numbers. I've got you 102, 462, 251, 297, 310, 634, and the number 700. And I want you to have a go at using your counters or your coins or your pebbles or whatever you've used to represent your numbers in your place value grid. And I want you to have a go at making all of these numbers. Have a go at making 102, then take all the counters off. Have a go at making 462. Have a go at making 251. Have a go at making all of those. So pause the video now, have a go at making all of those, and then come back and we will see how we've got on. Fantastic, well done everybody. Let's have a go at doing these together. So I'm going to have a go as well. So I'm going to turn my screen down and I've got my place value grid here. So I'm going to have a go at making some of these numbers. So the first number I asked you to make was 102. So I'm going to have a go. I know in my hundreds column, 102 has got 100. It's got no tens, so I'm not going to put any counters in my tens column. And it's got 2 ones, 1, 2. So here I've made 102. Fantastic, well done if you managed to get that one. The next number I asked you to make was 462. So I'm going to need 4 in my hundreds column. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 in my hundreds column. 462 has got 6 in the tens column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've been really careful to make sure I've got the right amount in each one. So I've got 4 in my hundreds column, 6 in my tens column, and 462 has got 2 ones. So there we go. I've got 462. Well done. Okay, let's do a couple more. The next one was 251. So 200, need 200s. And 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 251. There we go, 251. 2 in my hundreds, 5 tens, and 1 1. Let's do one more. Oh, the next one was 297. Okay, so 200 again. 290. Oh, 9 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 297. Oh, 1, 2, 7 ones. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. 297. So I've made those numbers using my place value counters on my place value grid. Fantastic. Excellent. Let's go back then to our next activity. And here it is. It's a bit of a challenge, this one. It says, using only 4 counters on your place value grid, how many 3-digit numbers can you make? So let me explain what we need to do. And I'm going to go back to my place value grid. So here we go. Back down we go. There we go. Fantastic. So I can only use now 4 counters. Okay, and I've got to see how many 3-digit numbers I can make. So I'm going to have a go. I'm going to put maybe 2 counters in here, 1 counter in here, and 1 counter in here. What number have I made here? Fantastic, I've made the number 211. Is that a 3-digit number? Yes, because it's got hundreds, tens, and ones. So that is one number that I can make using 1, 2, 3, 4 counters. I'm going to have a go making another number. I might do this number. Okay, here I've got 300, no tens, and 1, 1. What number is this? 301. Is that a 3-digit number? Yes, it is, because it's a 3, digit 3, the digit 0, and the digit 1. That's another 3-digit number that I can make. Let me have a go at making one more number. I might do this number. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to change that. I'm going to put that number in there, that one in there. Right, so we've got 100, 110, and 2 ones. What number is this? 112. So I've got 110 and 2 ones. So using only 4 counters, how many numbers, 3-digit numbers, can you make? So pause the video now and have a go at that tricky challenge. Fantastic, well done everybody. Let's have a go at going through some of the answers. There's quite a few answers that we can have, and I've written them all down here so you can see how many of these numbers you managed to find. So we've got the number 400 because we could put all 4 counters in our hundreds column, none in our tens, none in our ones. Still a 3-digit number because we've got the digit 4, the digit 0, and the digit 0. We can also have number 220, can't we? 200, 2 tens, and a 0, no counters in our ones column, but still only using 4 counters. Fantastic. And let's pick another one, 130. We can have 100, 3 counters in our tens, and no counters in our ones, still only using 4 counters. Well done if you managed to get any of those answers. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. Thank you for working so hard again today, and I'll see you next time for lesson number 6. Bye.